Taiwan stands like a lone fortress in the heart of the Indo-Pacific, just 180 kilometers from mainland China. And while the world watches for missiles and military invasions, a different kind of war is already underway. Quiet, patient, and precise. This is not a war of bullets. It's a war of boundaries, flight paths, cables, and influence. This is China's silent strategy, and Taiwan may already be surrounded. Taiwan's location is both its shield and its curse. These aren't random. They're mapped, rehearsed, and designed to exhaust Taiwan's response capacity, strategically positioned in the first island chain, the line of defense stretching from Japan to the Philippines. Taiwan is key to blocking China's naval ambitions. Beijing knows this, and its military doctrine has long viewed Taiwan as an obstacle to breaking out into the Pacific. Over the past 3 years, China has conducted near-daily air incursions into Taiwan's air defense identification zone. The PLA Navy has also stepped up its joint drills, surrounding Taiwan from the east, south, and north. It's not a blockade, not yet, but the message is unmistakable. China can cut Taiwan off if it chooses. Since then, Taiwan has strengthened its cyber defenses, but the attacks haven't stopped. These aren't just data thefts. They target government servers, public infrastructure, and even civilian mobile apps. Much of its maneuvering happens in what military analysts call the gray zone actions, short of war, but designed to pressure, intimidate, and confuse. And China pressures companies, from airlines to global brands, to refer to Taiwan as province of China or risk losing access to the mainland market. Only 12 nations officially recognize Taiwan as a sovereign country, a number that has been shrinking steadily as Beijing uses its economic clout to isolate Taipei. But China's strategy doesn't begin and end with jets and ships. Nearly 40% of Taiwan's exports go to the mainland and Hong Kong. China's goal is to make Taiwan's diplomatic space feel like a dead end. At the same time, Chinese drones routinely fly close to Taiwan's defense perimeter, testing not only Taiwan's air response, but international patience. Beijing deploys civilian fishing fleets and maritime militia in contested waters, creating constant friction near Taiwanese islands like Kinmen and Matsu. These moves seem minor in isolation, but together they create pressure, a slow squeeze on Taiwan's economy. And every one of these moves is documented by state media, broadcast to both Chinese and Taiwanese audiences, reinforcing the narrative: you are surrounded, you are alone. And Eastern European nations like Lithuania, countries that are beginning to view Taiwan's fate as a test of global democratic resolve. Then comes the digital battlefield. Taiwan has faced over 15 million cyber attacks a month, many of them traced to Chinese sources. It's a strategy built to avoid war while still achieving strategic dominance. In 2022, during Nancy Pelosi's visit to Taiwan, Chinese hackers breached multiple Taiwanese government websites, flooding them with political messages. Alongside this digital sabotage is a growing wave of disinformation campaigns, aimed at polarizing Taiwanese society, discrediting the U.S., and creating confusion about Taiwan's own leadership. China also surrounds Taiwan diplomatically. Even in international organizations like the World Health Organization or ICAO, Taiwan is blocked from participation. The message is clear: recognizing Taiwan carries consequences. And while the US, Japan, and a few European countries maintain unofficial ties with Taipei, none have offered a clear promise of military intervention. Taiwan may be a technological giant, especially in semiconductor production, but it's economically entangled with China. China, aware of this dependency, has weaponized trade in subtle ways, halting fruit imports, blocking sand exports for construction, and slowing down certain customs processes. Meanwhile, Beijing funds pro-unification media, business groups, and politicians in Taiwan, cultivating influence within Taiwan's democratic institutions without crossing the line into military aggression. Despite this growing encirclement, Taiwan is far from defenseless. Its military has undergone reforms, adopting asymmetric defense strategies, investing in mobile missile launchers, sea mines, and drone surveillance instead of large-scale conventional forces. Taiwan is also boosting civil defense programs, training civilians in cyber resilience, emergency drills, and even psychological warfare response. On the diplomatic front, Taiwan is building stronger partnerships with the US, Japan, Australia. In many ways, yes, Taiwan is surrounded. Not by tanks or soldiers, but by surveillance, sea patrols, economic pressure, and psychological warfare. China's silent strategy is not about a single strike. It's about encirclement, normalization, and erosion of resistance. But Taiwan is not isolated yet. Its technology, democracy, and geostrategic importance make it too valuable to ignore. And as the US and its allies recalibrate their Indo-Pacific strategies, the real question isn't just whether Taiwan is surrounded. It's whether the world is ready to do something about it. This is not just about a small island off China's coast. This is about the new shape of global power: slow, silent, and strategic.